With the holidays upon us, many of you may well be looking for some new games to chill to. Thankfully, both the Steam and Epic Game Store sales allow us to pick up some brand new space games on the cheap. Some of these titles have some massive discounts. Some are only available on Steam, some only on Epic. I'll let you know as we go through the video. And the video itself is going to be a bit rough and ready, so I hope you don't mind, but I want to do that to make sure we can cover as many titles as possible. Starting with X4 Foundations then. You can pick this up on Steam for £15.99, or you can pick it up with all of the X4 DLC. I think there's 4 in total so far, for a grand total of £32.43. That's instead of well over the usual combined price of over £100. Now, X4 is a traditional space game in almost every sense of the word. It's also a completely single-player title. Here, you will explore a vast game world, expand your ship, purchase new ships, actually a whole fleet of them, and slowly over time build a complete empire. Trade in, mine in, exploration, and pretty much everything you'd expect to see from a traditional space game. There's not many space titles out there like this nowadays, so if you miss the olden days, the good old days of space games, this title is certainly one you'll want to take a look at. What's more, developers Egosoft have gone all out with support for this game. There's numerous DLCs, each are available at a discount at the moment from Steam. These all expand the game significantly. The game also gets regular updates that are free and significantly improve the game, as well as add new quality of life updates. Just as I was going to record this, Egosoft announced a brand new DLC called Kingdom End. This is releasing in 2023, and you can see some of the footage for that announcement trailer on the screen right here. So if you decide to pick up this title and invest some time into it, you know that's going to be well rewarded, because Egosoft really do look after this franchise. Moving on very quickly now through the rest of these titles, we come to Trigon, A Space Story. This is available on both the Epic Store as well as the Steam Store, in both cases for £6.79. Now, this is a title I played a while ago and I really did like it. It's very much in the same vein as FTL. In fact, a lot of people felt a little bit more than just inspired by FTL, but rather a direct clone of that title. Personally, I didn't have an issue with that, although some people actually did. But if you like that type of game, this one is certainly worth checking out, and I think it's a pretty good price for that. And talking of good prices, as we come to the next title, this one very old, Sine Mora Ex, or Sine Mora EX. Now, this is very much a classic style game from out of the 90s, in fact, although certainly more modern than that. It's a side-scrolling space shoot-'em-up. Very nice if you like that type of thing. This one is challenging to be sure, but highly rewarding when you can get through some of the tougher areas. You can't really go wrong with the price on this one, available on both Epic and Steam for just 79 pence. Warhammer, if you're a fan of that series, you might want to take a look at Warhammer Mechanicus. Now, this one is very much inspired by XCOM. It's that type of turn-based combat game. Available on Epic right now for £22.99 with an additional 25% discount that you can apply on the checkout. But you may instead prefer to pick this up on Steam, because Steam have it for just £5.74. So whilst Steam is cheaper, it's certainly worth keeping in mind that Epic are offering an additional 25% off anything over, I think, £14.99 or so. Even with their sale price, if you just go to the checkout, you can apply that extra 25% discount. So this means you can get a discount on Epic for games that aren't currently in the sale. Some of these include Ixion, which I played the other day, made a video of. This one had some extremely mixed reviews over on Steam. A lot of people feel that the balance is way off, and they just didn't like the way that the game played out, both in terms of the story as well as some of the general design decisions. Personally, I did like Ixion. Either way, you can pick it up on Epic right now for $29.99 and then apply that 25% discount, taking the price down quite a bit. Callisto Protocol is another big release that's come out just recently. This one is $49.99 over on Epic. With that 25% discount, you can knock some money off. Or on Steam, you can pick it up for £40.99. Now, Callisto Protocol is a game that I was quite highly anticipating, actually, from the makers of Dead Space how do you go wrong with that? But it seems, at least to me, they did go wrong. It's very much generic, very bland, and very uninspired, just roaming through a lot of corridors with a few too many jump scares and not enough psychological horror as far as I'm concerned. But that said, there are people out there who have enjoyed it, so it is an option there for you. And of course, if you're into bigger space games, big strategy games, you want to get away from the action and deep dive into strategy and tactics, then you may want to check out Sins of a Solar Empire 2. This came out very recently, and you can pick it up on Epic, £31.99, and then apply that 25% discount, again taking the price right down. Now we come to another classic. We've already mentioned the Sine Mora Ex. This one goes back even further. It's the old Arkanoid. There's a new version of this, £16.74 on both Epic and Steam, but if you pick it up on Epic, you can apply that 25% discount. That takes it down to £12.55, which is actually a pretty good price, really, in general. Now, moving on to some other games. Hardspace Shipbreaker. This one has been around for quite a while now, but it's a very interesting title, and it recently hit Xbox Game Pass. Now, if you want to pick this up on Steam, it's £20, also £20 on Epic, but again, there you can apply that extra discount. But keep in mind, if you do have Xbox Game Pass, this is included in your subscription. And perhaps even if you don't have Xbox Game Pass, I think you can still subscribe for something like £1 for the first month or the first couple of months, and that would include access to all the titles on the Xbox Game Pass service. In fact, I feel it's well worth mentioning here that I really enjoy the Xbox Game Pass service. I think it's very much worth the money. It gets a lot of praise all around the internet, and deservedly so. No Man's Sky. This one needs no introduction. £19.99 on Steam right now. Massive discount there. Also available, included in the Xbox Game Pass. What else we got? Mass Effect Legendary Edition. This one again, no introduction needed. Epic and Steam both have this for £12.49. Unfortunately, this one is not on the Xbox Game Pass. Another Warhammer title, this time Chaos Gate, available on both Epic and Steam for £20, but Epic rather have it for a 25% discount. I won't go into too much details on the titles that are really self-evident and we don't need to explain or talk too much about. After all, you don't need me to tell you about No Man's Sky, Warhammer or Mass Effect really, but one you may want to hear about is Chorus. Now, I played this early on in the year, and personally, this is a game I really did not like. But at the same time, I could see its virtues. I could see why it definitely isn't a bad game. This is just personally coming down to my personal choice and personal taste on things. So this is an action space shooter. It does have a story along with it, and some pretty decent graphics as well. This one you can pick up on Epic, available on Steam at £13.99, also included in the Xbox Game Pass. What else have we got? We got Deliver Us the Moon. This is available on both Epic and Steam for £6.99. Now this is a title that I haven't actually played myself, although it seems I really should have done. The reviews on Steam, both recent reviews and old reviews, are very positive. Recent reviews stand at 89%, old reviews stand at 88%. I've heard a lot of good things about this, and I guess now would be a good time for me to actually try this out, especially with it being in the sale for such a low price. Now, there is another game to this coming out later, I believe, Deliver Us Mars, and that is coming out very soon now. So on Deliver Us the Moon, you're going to spend a lot of time on the moon, obviously. The developers class this as a sci-fi thriller set in the apocalyptic near future. Returning to the classic titles for just a moment, this one is another side-scroller, R-Type Final 2. Now, many of you in the 90s, if you were around back then, will remember R-Type, a hugely ambitious game, very well loved, especially for those who went into the arcades, getting life after life lost and spending many hours on the game actually. So R-Type Final 2 is a kind of follow-up to the game. It's kind of re-envisioning it with modern graphics and a lot more modern power thanks to the hardware that's available now. A little bit pricey perhaps for a side-scrolling game of this type, Epic have it for £20.99 with a 25% discount. Meanwhile, over on Steam, it's £20.99. Alien Isolation. This one really needs no introduction, just like a few of the other titles. This one highly atmospheric and will have you sitting on the edge of your seats with that fear of the alien and the other antagonists around the corner at every moment. Now, this is a game that I've played more than once. In fact, I've recently played it again over on Xbox Game Pass. It really is that good. And as yet, there's been nothing that compares in terms of atmosphere. Epic and Steam are both £6.99. Meanwhile, this is included in the Xbox Game Pass. Then we come to the last two titles I want to put on this list. Elite Dangerous, we all know about this, a sprawling epic adventure set in a multiplayer world with a one-to-one galaxy. Most viewers of this channel will be well aware of Elite Dangerous, of course, but if you're either new to the channel or new to Elite Dangerous, or if you just want to pick up an extra account, you can pick this up on both Epic or Steam for just £4.99. And finally, we come to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Now, I mentioned this the other day in a previous video. For me, when I first played this, it turned out to be a bit of a sleeper hit, a slow burner. Kind of didn't pick it up the first time, sort of touched it, played a few minutes and kind of left it because I felt it a little bit too generic and a little bit too shallow. There really is some hidden depth to this, some qualities that weren't apparent on the initial playthrough. So if you like Star Wars and you like space and you like a bit of action, especially with lightsabers, then this may well be worth picking up. It's less than £5 on Epic and also available on Steam for just £4.19. On the other hand, if you have Xbox Game Pass, this is included in that service for your subscription. So that brings us to the end of this list. We've got a whole bunch of space games and space-themed games right here. Hopefully something to keep you entertained over the coming days and the coming weeks. I hope you all have a fantastic holidays. That's the end of this video. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.